your favorite fairy tale?
So welcome back to the channel, everyone. I am Black Omen. In the last episode, we saw basically what happened in the in the end of Volume 8, but from Rwby's perspective. And then what we saw was Neo and Rwby fighting on the way down to the Ever After, which then next thing we saw was Rwby awakening on the beach or the shore of the area, and we saw her walk around and try to find her way. She then got basically upset that she thought she couldn't find her way out, couldn't find her friends, or that wherever she is, she can't get back home. Which then she found Little, basically a little mouse, which she deemed Little. And then we saw Weiss apparently found Blake, or vice versa, and we saw them walking together, talking, and basically trying to find Blake's weapon, Gamble's Shroud, which I think that's actually the first time they actually addressed the name of her weapon. It's not really too often that they actually address the names of their weapons. I mean, Rwby, unlike in the first or second episode, like mentions that her weapon is called Crescent Rose. But yeah, like everyone else doesn't really address their weapons by their name, you know. So yeah. Anyway, they've tried to find Blake's weapon, and as it turns out, it is actually in a makeshift mousetrap, shall I say. And then they end up getting kind of trapped in their mousetrap, which then Rwby has to come and, I guess, say, hey, these are my friends. And so basically rescuing them from the mice. Which then, after that, they go wandering and they find the Jabberwocker, which is supposed to be a take on the Jabberwocky. And they end up finding Yang in the process. So, one thing I thought was kind of interesting was when they went to go fight it, like, obviously, Weiss mentioned earlier about how, like, oh, I'm low on dust, you know. And so, like, Rwby doesn't have her weapon, Weiss can't use the dust for her sword, and, you know, Blake doesn't, Yang doesn't have her arm, so basically she's, you know, doesn't have her weapon. So, Blake was the only one who could actually use their weapon properly, I guess, without any sort of interference. Then we have the reunion between Blake and Yang. That moment that they had where she just basically tackles her to the ground in a loving embrace, which was always cute. But yeah, so then we get to see basically like an overview of what a lot of the area looks like in the Ever After. And so I pointed out in the end of the episode basically what, you know, how certain things look. It looks like there's like a candy, sort of like a ice cream mountain-esque kind of thing. Thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah, there's and then as for the intro itself, now here's the thing. I have not read the Roman holiday book, so I have no idea who Alex is. But because of other people and the internets, you know, I was informed that Alex is from the fairy tale of the girl who fell through the earth, which apparently, not, as I said, never read the book, but from what I'm told, that Neo's favorite fairy tale is in fact the girl who fell through the earth. And because we're dealing with a Alice in Wonderland type of place, Alex, quote unquote, is supposed to be modeled after Alice. So the names are very, very similar, as you can tell. Sorry. But yeah, the intro plays a lot more to the attention. There's more focus on what's happening in the Ever After as opposed to what's going on in Remnant. So my assumption was that it was going to be a lot of back and forth between what's going on in Remnant versus what's going on in the Ever After. It seemed like it's going to be more like 90-10, like 90% here, a little 10% here and there, you know. But yeah, before we begin, I just have two questions going into the episode. Number one, does dust work down in the Ever After? Because they're not in the world of Remnant. I don't think this place is connected. So I think dust may work differently or not at all. So that's one question. My other question is, and I have a feeling we're probably going to be seeing or meeting Alex in this episode. And I think my question is, was she down here the whole time before they fell? Or did she fall with everyone else? Hopefully we'll get these answers when at the end of this episode. So yeah, before we begin watching this episode here, the name of the episode is actually called Altercation at the Auspicious Auction. Now, if you noticed, alliteration is used, all A's. It's a little interesting there. That I'm sure that's not just a coincidence. The fact that they chose to use alliteration as a part of that for the naming of the episode, because you don't just name it and then be like, oh, look at that, all A's. You know, there's reasoning behind everything. All right, so let us begin in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. I have not listened to the song yet, in the full version of it, but I'm still not. I'm a little iffy about like the lyrics of the song, so I haven't really learned it yet. So maybe by like next episode or something, I'll have a little bit of a better idea. Where? As I pointed out, that Rwby is the only one whose outfit doesn't change. So I was like, maybe she gets an outfit change, or maybe it's symbolic. Yeah, one thing yeah, there's Jean. Hopefully we get to see Jean in this episode. That would be awesome. I love her outfit. It's really cool. Nice. I love this. Let's go. Alright, what do we got?
So are we just gonna stand around thinking about this in silence, or...
I know this place is weird, but a fairy tale? I mean, that's impossible.
What we've seen is improbable, but that doesn't mean we're in an actual fairy tale. Are we seriously entertaining this?
Do you have a better explanation for what's going on?
Well, let's try to be more logical, shall we? We fell from the sky. Rwby made friends with a tiny mouse.
Friends!
Blake and I got caught by killer vines. And, you got your arm stolen by a... What was it?
A raccoon.
A talking raccoon riding on a purple wagon filled with trash.
Yes, that. Okay, I see your point of view. I am going to go over here now. Of course it's thriving a little trash wagon. Why not?
As crazy as it sounds, something about
I
this
love that
is
voice is
familiar.
like trying to make sense out of all of it.
The girl who fell through the world. I think we're in the ever after.
Yeah.
Blake, that world is make-believe. It was just part of a story we all read as kids.
It's not make-believe. It's where I live.
Can you tell us more about it? Have you ever heard the name Alex?
Oh,
And
pause. Now, they're all like, oh, that's just a fairy tale, this and that. But I'm like, if you remember, back in Volume 3, when Ozpin was, telling, Pyrrha, being like, yeah, what's your favorite fairy tale? And all the ones that she mentions, like, and Ozpin says, like, he's basically saying that those are, like, based on real things, And, as us, the viewers, know that all those fairy tales are basically what has happened in, like I say, in the world. Like girl who fell through the earth, this is what that. The four maidens, like, we learned that there are actual four maidens, and, like, all those fairy tales are like stuff that has happened, But yeah, let's continue on. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
Alex, is that a purpose?
In the story, Alex fell from the sky and met with the hunter mice. Got trapped in vines, bought a jabberwocker, and got her knife stolen by a talking raccoon. Yeah, and then she beat the Red King at a board game, met the curious cat, the rusted knight, and finally got out through the tree.
Ah.
So what now? Do we go to the tree, look for Alex, Yang's arm? Rwby, you're still missing Crescent Rose.
I'll bet the Jinxie Peddler has it.
Who?
Jinxie Peddler?
The Jinxie Peddler? That's the only talking raccoon I know. I can't
Do you know where he might be?
Of course. I'll lead the way. Right to...
Oh, right to sleep.
So the town is just ahead, right? I've been thinking, if we're going to go to this town, we need to be careful. Alex didn't know their customs and ended up starting a war among the townsfolk. Trouble followed her everywhere she went. Well, yeah, but she was kind of a mean person, right? She lied and cheated her way through most of the book.
She was trying to survive. The morals of those old stories are so simplistic.
Either way, we need to tread lightly.
But didn't they lie to survive? I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
Up ahead. The Jinxie Peddler always stops by our village before he goes to town.
Do they steal
Oh, so
stuff
that would
for you
explain
guys
the...
too?
Steal? Never. They just take the things we're not looking at. Fair's fair.
Sounds like a
That explains the raccoon in the intro with the
How did
the
man
blacksmith.
steal your arm anyway?
I was knocked out from the fall. When I came to, that sneaky raccoon had already grabbed my arm and ran off before I could stop him.
So
would you say he caught you unarmed?
Ah,
Oh, disarmed?
ah.
I guess.
Aww.
For what?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll find a way out of here, and then we'll go back home.
All right, pause. Now, as you notice, as you can tell, that Weiss is paying a lot more attention to the whole love, back and forthy, cute flirtiness between Yang and Blake. And I can understand with Rwby, she's like in a total different headspace right now, being like, I just want to get the hell out of here. While Weiss is like just watching the whole cutesy flirty thing between Blake and Yang, and just like, it's cute, it's adorable, it's I feel like in this volume they're going to lean a lot more into the flirtiness, and some people think that they will be ultimately be that like kiss where they're finally to seal it, to kind of be like the ultimate confirmation that everyone who's been shipping them for the past 6 years or so, 6 volumes, are finally going to get it. So let's continue on. Continue on in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Weiss?
It's all gone. There's nothing left for me to go back to. Just like Beacon.
You did the best you could for Atlas, Weiss.
But it wasn't enough. We hatched a crazy plan that put a whole kingdom at risk, and we don't even know if we saved the relics from... Maybe John and Winter were able to get them out. Despite everything. Despite us.
Well, they don't know that Jean is down there with them.
I know that Penny... I know that was a lot to hear.
But it should not have come from you, though. It should have came from Jean. I mean, that's my opinion anyway. I'm a little annoyed that it came from Weiss, but I feel like Jean should have been the one to tell them. Because I know Weiss knew, but to tell Rwby, I think it should have came from Jean. Again, that's just me.
So this is the entrance to the other acre, you called it?
Yep. All we do is cross the bridge, and we'll be, well, wherever over there is.
You don't know?
Nope. Never been this far from home.
Oh, maybe you should go back?
I wouldn't have any idea how to go back. Maybe I'll live by this bridge.
I'll handle this.
Building a house, my very first house. Gonna find my purpose in my best house.
Would you like to come with us?
That's adorable. Crash.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
That's cute. Building my first house.
Just act like you belong, everybody.
Patty cakes.
I've always wanted to be
Cribbage.
small, but I'm still just small.
Bananas.
There it
Jinxie.
is. So what's the strategy? Just start roughing them up or what?
In the book, Alex had to barter with Jinxie for her dagger.
Yeah, I think I'd rather hit him.
Nah. Yeah, that's... Woo! That was cool.
He's adorable.
And a lot older than I remember from the book.
I am Jinxie, and these are the finest treasures of the acre.
I don't see my arm. All of Jinxie's treasures are just other items in disguise, so that people think they're buying something extremely valuable.
Okay. So, which one is Yang's arm?
The first
What
The
does
first
your
one.
heart tell you? That's how Alex knew.
I mean, that one looks roughly arm-sized-ish.
Rwby?
Huh?
There's something about that one.
First item. The diamond-studded rabbit. You! Jinxies.
It's like a
How are we going to bid without any money?
I don't think there's any
looks like,
money in the
looks like a
ever.
Lego
Jinxie
person.
just names whatever price he wants.
What did Jinxie want from Alex?
Her saddest memory. And her happiest.
Sold for a hug.
Hugs are very valuable.
A hug.
Maybe this won't be so bad after all.
Second item.
Aw.
Scepter. You.
Huh?
The bidding starts at
No, I was the first one to...
knowing what it is to feel loved. A fair price for some, I'd say.
Knowing what it's like to feel loved by royal decree.
Sold.
Wait,
One of her
that's
Jim
my
Jinxie
arm.
ones.
Whatever it is, it's royal property now. No price is too high for His Majesty's birthday.
First item. The jade
We tried it your way, Blake.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Rwby, what are you doing?
Bidding starts at enough hope to fill this jar. You don't have enough, do you? Why, you little rat! Leave that alone. You can't touch it until the deal is done.
Pause. Now, my thinking here is because Rwby was staring at that figurine, and it was the color green. What other character does Rwby have an attachment to that is also in that color? Penny. I mean, Penny's not all green, but I'm saying like there's like her aura, aura if you want to call it, because she was able to generate one. But like, it just had a certain vibe to it that I think she had an affinity for it because the color has something to do with maybe Penny or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. Just thinking colors and attaching it to other people. But anyway, continuing on in 3, 2, 1, and go. Poof.
It's a fake!
Da!
I'm going for it.
Nice. I knew it. I called it. Yes.
Rwby,
That
come
is
on.
one of Penny's swords. That is one of Penny's swords, and I knew it because of I just called it. Thank you. Oh, a hug.
Those people take auctions very seriously. High five? High five?
We're doing the same thing Alex did. We're ruining everything.
That's your biggest concern right now?
I've read so many stories. I never thought
That explains why
the moral of one.
Barbara posted that she got left hanging.
Rwby?
I couldn't explain why, but I was drawn to it.
And Ruby said, now it's raining.
Now it's
Just
raining
like how it was in the
us.
first episode.
That's it. We're getting out of this nightmare. Alex went to the tree, right? Let's go.
I don't think it's gonna work like that. In the book,
We are not in a book. And even if we were, we know how it ends. Right over there.
You- This is what happened with Ruby.
Yeah, I already tried that earlier. You can't get any closer to the tree that way.
Well, then what do we do now? We've got my arm, but we still don't have Crescent Rose or the slightest
And
idea
again,
how to get out.
she's...
This way! Somebody's sad! I'd be sad too, if I ruined the royal birthday.
These guys again.
Blake, what did Alex do next?
she went to the Crimson Castle and beat the Red King at his own game.
Hands up, you treasonous birthday ruiners!
Okay.
We want to go to the birthday party.
We want to go to the birthday party.
Well, too bad, because we're going to... Oh, yes. That's where we're taking you, as prisoners, for stealing royal property.
What if I offered you something better? The weapon of a powerful warrior.
Go on.
Not just a powerful warrior. The most powerful to ever live. She was touched by magic. She gave her life for thousands. She took a message of hope to the stars. And she saw the world through better eyes. Take us to the royal birthday and allow us to present this most precious gift.
Yes. By royal decree. Come on, men. You heard her. We've got a birthday to celebrate.
Ruby,
Hup, hup,
are
hup,
you
hup,
sure
hup,
about
hup.
this?
Look, we may not know exactly what's going on, but for whatever reason, this place is putting us on a similar path as a book we all read as kids. I say we follow it. And stop pretending we know what we're doing.
The Crimson Castle. That's where we're going in the next episode. Ah, man. That was a pretty good episode. It was nice. Not a lot happened. I mean, considering, with all things considered. But yeah, just the fact that it was just a lot of just them wandering around and nice, yes, the artwork. But anyway, yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, the fact that I was able to I figured out, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't that difficult to figure out, but the fact that Ruby knew by looking at at that green doll looking thing, and she just instinctively knew that it had some attachment to Penny. And then as it was revealed, it was actually Penny's, like one of Penny's swords. So that was actually kind of cool. That part, that was really cool. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought of this episode and what your thoughts are on the volume so far. I mean, I'm liking it. It's definitely a lot different from what what you're used to. I'm kind of hoping that we get some kind of juxtapositioning, some kind of like a thing showing what's going on in Remnant. Because I would like to know what's going on with Crow, what's going on in Vacuo. You know, like all those people, they have shit going on because they don't know what's going on with Team Rwby, and especially I'm really hoping we get to see Jean today, but maybe we'll see him in the next one, possibly, and maybe even Alex might be making an appearance. Who knows? So yeah, until then, you guys, thank you all for watching. We got more to go, and there was, as I said, as we all know, there's no breaks, there's no hiatuses. We're just going 1 to 10, and we're going straight through. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. Let me know what your thoughts of the episode were in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter at BlackOmen10. For those who are interested, I am also streaming on Twitch. Yeah, I'm there a couple of times a week. Twitch.tv/Chris Reed. Whew. So until then, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. See ya.